So these will be on your final. These are order of operation problems. Most of y'all know PEMDAS. You've done it before. What did I change about PEMDAS? Yeah, it's GEMDAS. Because the first step isn't just parentheses, it is grouping symbols. So when we look at this, we have to do all of our grouping symbols first from left to right. So there are parentheses that we're going to do first. 7 minus 24 is going to give me negative 17. So I bring everything else down. But the square root is also a grouping symbol that you need to do. In your calculator, just in case you've forgotten how to do this. So get your calculator, you're going to press the second button, and then you see the x squared. Press that. And now you should see a square root with a parenthesis in it. Enter in 100, press enter. And you should get 10. Is there anybody who had trouble doing that? Because it's a tool, I want you to know how to use the tool. Yep. So you have the square root then? Go ahead and enter in 100. Press enter. Okay, is everybody good with that? So now I'm here. So now we've done grouping symbols. Now we're to exponents. Exponents are the things to the power. So now I have 5 minus 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16, plus the negative 17 minus 10. Well, now we have addition and subtraction. This is where a lot of people mess up, because you try to add and then subtract. That's not what it says. It says adding and subtracting from left to right. It does not matter which comes first. So in this case, I do 5 minus 16, which is negative 11, plus negative 17 minus 10. Negative 11 plus negative 17 is negative 28 minus 10, which gives me negative 38. Notice how we have that funnel. It should look like a tornado by the time that you are done. All order of operation questions should look like that. That means you should be doing the work. You can't just plug it in your calculator and hope that it works. Everybody with me here? Okay. Evaluate when x equals negative 7, y equals 4. I know that I do this very different than a lot of math teachers. I don't want you to do anything until everywhere you see a letter, you put a parenthesis. Everywhere you see a letter, you put a parenthesis. This is going to help you know where to substitute in, what you're doing, and to make sure that you're not screwing up the operations. X squared. So it's really a negative 7 squared. X is negative 7. Y is positive 4. Y is positive 4. Okay. Grouping symbols first. Well, grouping symbols are parentheses, but there's nothing to do inside the parentheses. So we jump down to exponents. If you just put into your calculator negative 7 squared, it's going to give you negative 49, because it's a tool, and it doesn't know how to do that. Negative 7 squared needs to be in parentheses, because that means we're taking negative 7 times negative 7. A negative times a negative has to be positive. So that should give me positive 49 minus a negative 7 times 4 plus 16. Okay, so now I have 49 minus, I do this, that gives me 28 plus 16, right? No. Why not? This minus was already there. It is a negative 7 times a 4. This is why we use parentheses, which is a negative 28. Don't make those mistakes with your negatives. Does everybody see what I did? Now I have 49 minus a minus, which is plus. So 49 plus 28, that's 7, carry the 1s, that's 77 plus 16. 7 plus 6 is 13, carry the 1, should be 93. Once again, we've got our funnel cloud going down. Yes, no, maybe so. How do we feel about this? Again, you're going to see problems like this on your final. Are there questions? How would we feel? Like, Mr. H, I would miss every single question. Maybe all right. Hey, I feel confident. Where are we at? Christian, you're always there. Christian's like, I can take the final today, Mr. H. Okay, go ahead and get your homework out. We did 1 through 29, the odds, we skipped to number 13. Your quiz tomorrow will probably be 10 to 15 questions, very similar to this, with some of the ones where we had to move more than just the x. And then what we're going to do today, there will probably be one or two like we do today. So, number one. Sorry, I'll wait till you're ready. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Number one, y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. Circle them if you miss them. I'll gladly do any of these if you miss them. Number three, y equals negative 10/3 x plus 2/3. Number five, y equals negative 16/9 x plus 40/9. Number seven, nice easy one, y equals 3x minus 3. Number nine, y equals negative 9/5 x plus 7. Number 11 is y equals positive 1/6 x plus 2. Questions on 1 through 11. We're good?
What's number 9 again?
9 was y equals negative 9 divided by 5x plus 7. Good? Okay. Number 15. Y equals negative 11/6 x minus 8. Number 17. Y equals negative 8/3 x minus 5. Number 19. Y equals negative 4x plus 5. 21. Y equals negative 16/5 x minus 8. 23, y equals 2/3 x plus 2. Questions on 15 through 23. Okay, last ones. 25, y equals negative 11/7 x minus 8. 27, y equals 11/4 x plus 6. And 29, y equals negative 11/4 x plus 5/2. If you left it as 10/4, you didn't simplify, you need to take that extra step. Questions? Do I need to repeat any? Okay, a little bit of notes, that's it. Again, 3 questions, 4 at the most, just to review. You will see questions like today on your test, but only 1 or 2 of them. Again, I'm looking at maybe 15 questions at the most, but probably closer to 10. Shouldn't take y'all very long, but we'll figure it out. So 11, 20, 24. So once again, we're isolating y. Here we go. So 5x plus 1/3 y equals 2. What stands out in this equation?
1/3.
Yeah, the fraction. Y'all hate fractions, right? Me too. Yeah? Oh, Judah loves fractions. Okay, Judah, you do it.
I was in a good mood. I
You
probably
just
would
read
have
it.
done so.
Huh? Okay, so nothing is different about this problem whatsoever. We solve it the same exact way. What do we move first, Violet?
The 5x,
Yeah, how do we move the 5x?
you subtract it.
We subtract 5x from both sides. So that leaves me 1/3 y equals negative 5x plus 2. Okay, now here's my question. If I gave you this as a problem, 2 divided by 1/3. This was one of the first things that we did in algebra. When we were doing fractions and I was trying to review with you, I told you there were the 3 letters that we use when we were dividing fractions. It sounds like a restaurant, but it's not. What 3 letters was it? What restaurant has 3 letters? What's the only restaurant that you can think of that's 3 letters? KFC. We're not using KFC, we're using KCF, which is keep, change, flip. So KCF. So when we're dividing by a fraction, we multiply by its reciprocal. Can I divide by a fraction?
No.
No, we have to multiply by its reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 1/3? 3 over 1, which is just 3. But remember how in these problems, when we're dividing, we divide each individual term. So we have to multiply to each individual term. To do that, it's just distributing. It's the same number of steps as before. We're just distributing. So y equals 3 times negative 5x is negative 15x. 3 times positive 2 is positive 6. The only thing that's different is we are multiplying by the reciprocal. That's it. Three halves x minus 1/4 y equals 12. Again, don't let the fractions scare you. Nothing is different from this problem until the very last step. What do we move first?
The x.
How do we move the x?
You subtract.
Yep. We only move the x by adding or subtracting. That's it. So we are subtracting 3 halves x from both sides. So now I have negative 1/4 y equals negative 3 halves x plus 12. How do we get rid of that fraction? We have to what?
Do the.
Yeah, do that, yeah.
The
What's it called? It starts with an R.
reciprocal.
Multiply by the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of negative 1/4? Not just 4, negative 4. And the reason you have to use the negative still is a negative times a negative is positive. But you have to take that negative 4 to everything on the other side, each individual term. You do that by distributing. Now, get your calculator. Don't try to do this in your head. Do negative 4 times negative 3 divided by 2. Because that's what that is. That's negative 4 times negative 3 halves. Do negative 4 times negative 3 divided by 2. Calculator should give you an answer. Harlow, what'd you get? Well, I did. 6. Good.
What? Did you do it right?
6 what though, Harlow?
No, that was it.
6.
6 over 1 or whatever, or 6, oh, x.
6x. Negative 4 times 12 is negative 48. Okay. Questions on this? Okay. Try this one on your own. Okay. Last one for the day. Last practice problem for the day, at least. This would be as hard of a problem as you would see tomorrow. Doesn't get any harder than this. Yes. Hmm? Okay, here we go. So, first step. If it was me, first step, I'm moving left to right. I know I need to move the 7 and the 5x. So I'm going to subtract 7 first. That's gone. All this drops down. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. This just gives me a normal problem that I work with. Okay? Don't erase. It doesn't mean that you did it wrong. Then I can add 5x to both sides. I cannot add the 5x and the 5. So I have 5x minus 5 multiplied by the reciprocal, which is just 2. Y equals 10x minus 10. What questions do we have? That's as hard as it could possibly be tomorrow. Okay, so on that worksheet that you should still have out, cross out numbers 8 and 16. Cross out numbers 8 and 16. You're going to do the evens. The answer key is here. Ask for help if you need it. It's your last little practice. Quiz tomorrow. Any questions? Love y'all. Let's get going.